Okay, and we're going to look at today about training a show dog. We've got our expert here who's going to answer the questions. And as you see, lots of different breeds coming into the ring. So first of all then, Diane, regarding a show, how do we start? How would I start? I want to bring a dog and I want to show it. How do I start?
Yeah, you'd start off by going to a good training school. This is Barnhill training school, and you learn how to stand your dog, how to present your dog, and it all looks very easy. But when you go home and you've got your dog at home, you stand it on a table and see if you can get it to stand like that, showing itself to its best advantage without having to go to any training classes. It's very difficult, and these dogs that show themselves to the best advantage do so because they have been to training classes for months.
Okay, so again, what sort of age would we be looking at? Can I bring a puppy along, or does it have to be a certain age even to start the training itself?
You can take a puppy along for training as soon as it's had its injections. You can't enter a show until they're 6 months, but that gives you those months to train the dog to get ready for the show. The poodle went round beautifully. You'll find that the Lhasa is showing itself to its best advantage. It's not very old, this one, and so it's a little more reticent, shall we say. We've got the Papillon puppy on the table. And when the dog's on the table, the judge is going over it to check that the mouth is correct, the eyes are the right shape, the skull is the right shape, it has the correct ear set, the right amount of neck for that particular breed, that the shoulder lay is at the correct angle, it has the right amount of forearm for the breed, that the movement is correct, the top line is straight, the tail carriage is correct for that breed, and that it has a good driving movement from sound rear end.
Okay, now you're talking about all these different things. I mean, you know, being a novice at this type of thing, you talk about top line and etc. and all these different things you're obviously looking at as you saw the dog walking. But when you say about a top line and the way the carriage is, and what's the judge looking for in the mouth, for instance? Is there a particular thing for a particular breed?
There are. Every breed has its own breed standard, and that you will get from the Kennel Club website. They do have a book which gives the standard for each breed in each group, and each breed has its own specifics that it looks for. The small dogs are handled up on a table, so they're not intimidated by a judge bending over them. But when you see the Tiburon, this is a nice red going round at the moment, they obviously have a different breed standard to the Tibetan Terrier that went before it. The red that's just being seen and this colour that's being gone over at the moment is actually recognised as a grey. Now, you and I might not think that's particularly grey, but that is the name of that colour in the breed standard.
Okay, now you mentioned about different colours, etc. So if the markings, like you see, it's got a very dark mask of the head as well. And if there were sort of markings that didn't look quite right, would it still be allowed to be shown and just not really get anywhere as far as the judge is concerned? And is the judging quite subjective?
A judge has to assess the dog according to the breed standard. The rest of it is down to your own personal interpretation of the breed standard and their personal preference for that particular type. This is a lovely Groendale that's going round at the moment. Now the Groendale and the Tiburons are both different types of Belgian Shepherd. There's 4 types of Belgian Shepherd: the Tiburons, the Groendale, the Malinois and the